Just some technical difficulties. Here we go. Okay. Let's start. We're going to stitch. Let's see. So I should need 2 of these. And I'm going to use friction pin. Let's see if I can draw a heart without it being too lopsided. Yeah, that should work. Okay, and let's use our other scissors. There. Okay, that should be good enough. I'm not going to worry too much. And we're going to stitch this. So I need 2 of these. So let's move our embroidery thread for now. And I'm just going to trace this. Let's see if it comes out. I can see it. You may not be able to see it, but I just need it dark enough. And this is heat erasable, so once I'm done and we've stitched it, I can actually put a heat tool over it and it'll disappear. Okay, so I could make this easy on myself by pinning it. And then cut it in half and cut them all at once because I have my Guggenheim. These are now my favorite scissors, Guggenheim scissors. They cut through everything very easily. Let's see, so let's cut through this first. Then we'll take this, put it like this, back to back. I hope this will work. Or I could just not be in a hurry and do them one at a time. Let's do that. Okay, so that way it won't move. There you go. That over there. Now, since I might have cut it a little off, could just trace this now. Actually, I trust these scissors enough that I'm just going to cut. There you go. Okay, now I want to I might actually need to trim it. I think I got a little too confident there. Not the scissors, but the tracing. So since I have limited needles, I'm just going to try to stabilize that as best I can. I do want this close because I want the thread to close up, the embroidery thread or the floss to close up the whole edge so that none of the lavender that I'm going to put in will come out. And if they're off a little bit, I feel like it might come out the side. But it's fine. Look, it's cutting out really, really closely. Yeah, that's good. It was just a little bit. Okay, put the scissors off to the side. Put the heart off to the side. I'll probably use that again. And I want to decide whether I'm going to do a design on the actual heart or just start simple with the heart by itself. I didn't bring a lot of colors of felt because I just figured I'd bring what I had. So we can actually put the design using the embroidery floss. Let's see, I can do a traditional, it's a really pale pink. And that is also a pink. This one's a really bright pink. I kind of want a dark red to match it. That's a little more on the maroon side. That's better. So I can do a design using this or this first one. I think I'm just going to do a simple blanket stitch just so I can start off with that. And then I'll figure out, and I can do another one with more intricate design. Okay. So I am going to take about, let's try about 3 times around, maybe a little more. Okay. Then that's the length, and then I have, oh, where are my scissors? Here they are. These are my favorite nippers, thread nippers. Super sharp. Okay, put those off to the side. I've switched from my coffee to tea. Okay. I'm actually going to go with all 6 of the floss. It might be kind of thick, but it's okay. Then I'm going to take a shorter needle. Honestly, you can use whatever you have, but because there's six threads, it's better to have a large hole there. It's easier to thread on. Oops, sorry. There you go. And I just want to come up through the center, and I'm going to put a knot at the end of this floss. And we're going to go around once. I'm actually going to put the end of the thread or the floss again through the same knot before I pull it, and that'll give me a bigger knot without trying to make 2 knots that line up. So basically just pull it, and then I'm actually going to cut that as short as I can without cutting the knot. Let's see. Can you see? There you go. Okay. I'll put that off to the side. Okay. All right. We'll get started. So just so that this won't move around on me too much, I am actually going to put a needle through. It won't make much of a hole. That's just to keep it so it won't slide around, especially if you're not used to holding the 2 pieces together. All right, so we're going to come up through the back. Like that. Bring the yarn or the thread over. Come up almost. And there is a lot of floss, so it can get a little tangled. And I'm not an expert. Sometimes I have to undo it if I forget how to embroider. This actual needle might be too thick. Okay, let's see if I remember this. And then once it gets to the top, you're actually going to put the needle through and keep pulling. Let's see if I got it right. I think so. Come back through. And some people put a little line on their finger to kind of space it. But honestly, if you're just learning, just take your time, go slow, and don't get too hung up on that they're exactly the same distance apart. Okay, so we're going to pull that through. When the knots, when it's almost completely closed off, you're going to put your needle through. Let's see if that's right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So we're just going to continue. Am I doing that right? I think I am. Okay. I'm going to come back through. Again, I haven't done this in a while, so it's actually kind of good to keep practicing. And if it's not correct, I'll just undo it. Yeah, I don't love the no, I feel like, oh, it's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. We'll just keep going. What if well, part of it is already my thread is sort of twisting. So let's try, if I turn it around, back through there. Yeah, the camera is not loving the movement, but that's okay. We'll keep going. And then bring the needle through. I wonder if we can get this to focus a little better. May have to keep it up here. Yeah, you know what? I don't like the way that's looking, so I'm just going to pull it out and start over. Not a big deal. Take that off there. And I can probably even cut the knot under here. And just undo it. It's all okay. And if I don't like the blanket stitch, I can always do a running stitch, which is much easier. In fact, I might do that one as this first one until I can remember the blanket stitch a little easier. Okay. Yeah, the camera's not loving the movement. There we go. I'll take that from here. Okay, there you go. See? And it's out. Okay, so if we start again and we'll just do a running stitch. And that just means it goes up through the material and down through the material. And it's just going to go that way. And if you go around twice or go one way, one direction and then back, it'll actually close off the material so that there won't be any holes. So let's try that. All right. Okay. We're going to put the needle or back here to hold it in spot. And again, come through just to hide the thread where you're starting and stopping. Okay. This will be way easier. Tucking that in. Okay. So you're going to actually, and you can make the stitches the length as much as you want or as little, but I'm going to go about, I don't know, less than a quarter inch, eighth of an inch. And it's going to go through both. Okay, so just a little stitch like that. And then I'm going to, this takes a little bit of practice to get the feel for it, but I'm going to poke it back up through the material and kind of guess. Oh, can you see that? Okay. So I'm going to bring it up, bring in all this thread, all this floss, and then back down again. And I'm just estimating. It's not exact. And the cat's coming in. And is it even? No, it's not exactly in line, and that's okay. It's handmade. Sometimes it gets caught up and tangled, and that's okay. There's the cat. Okay. All right. The cat wants to know what I'm doing. No. Okay. So I'm going to, and if I don't like where it came through, I can just pull the needle back out and then try again. And that's good enough. It is kind of hard to stitch away from, I usually have it much closer to my face, like up here. But for you to be able to see it, I'm going to bring it down here. And again, just estimating. Yeah, it's a little smaller than I'd intended the stitch to be, but man, no big deal. The cat does not like it when I don't let him up on the desk. Once I've gotten to probably around here, I can probably take this pin out. In fact, I might just take the pin and adjust, put it up here, just to get it out of my way. Okay. Okay, so no, sir. No. No. After I stitch almost all the way around and come back, I do want to leave a little space. If I'm going to put lavender in here, I might put some rice along with some lavender. That way you can put it in the microwave and heat it up. It smells nice. I don't know yet. We'll see. And I got a knot, and that's okay. Usually I just put my needle through one of the knots and wiggle it, and it comes out. So no big deal. Let's see. Might have to put it through this one. Go side, yep, go side to side, and that will untangle it. see if you can see the stitches. So they are about the same distance apart. I probably would have liked it a little bit closer to the edge, but that's okay. Like I said, I haven't done this in a little while, so sometimes you just got to get back to practicing. If the needle feels like it's twisted, I just let go of the needle, let it hang, and then the thread will, or the floss will untangle, or will spin a little bit and untangle itself. With the running stitch, what's nice is when you're done, both sides will look the same. So it's a nice finish. Oop, it wants to get tangled again. Now don't panic if you start getting close to the end and you feel like you're going to run out. That's fine. You just start from this side and go back around with another piece of thread, floss. That's fine. My little stitches are getting a little smaller. I need to be careful of that. I'm going to move this now over here just to get it out of my way. Okay, so I'll come back up here. I am still trying to keep it about the same distance from the edge. That's about right. Now I have a decision to make here. Because I'm getting close with the floss, do I want to turn around and close the rest of the stitches and then start with another one, another piece of floss, or go further and try to make it back around? Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to go as far as I can and still have enough to come back around. I'm trying to be even but not exact on this side too. This is fine. Oops, get tangled again. This is where I don't need this anymore. I can move it out of my way because everything is held close enough together that it shouldn't get misaligned. Yeah, it's good. Thread keeps wanting to twist. That's the word I was looking for. Keeps wanting to twist. All right, almost there. Okay. Uh-oh. I let my floss slide out of there. Oops. That's okay. Just cut that piece off and rethread it. And no, you cannot knot this end because then you wouldn't be able to smoothly pass it through the material. Okay, let's try it again. I just hold on to most of the time. I give it enough length and I hold on to the eye of the needle. And that usually will keep it from sliding. Okay. Then once this is all stitched, I can always come back and trim up if an edge is not exactly in line. Again, not a big deal. There we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all the way back around, but we'll see. I got the lavender. Hey, Michelle. I got the lavender during an event we did last year. Veronica brought it in, and we just had a ton left over. So I didn't want to let it go to waste. So when you come to the studio, you can grab some lavender and make a pouch. But I want to say, oh, maybe she'll pop on here. Hopefully she will, and then she can tell us where she got it. Because it's good. It smells good, not super strong. Are you crafting right now? Are you still with Charlie Brown? Hanging out? Also, I started with the blanket stitch, but I couldn't quite remember it. So And instead of panicking, I just decided I would try to do the one I could remember until I can get back into the flow of doing it, because I know I've done it before. I've done it on several. Pull some of these. So you can see it better on this. There's that. And you can even do little stitches for decorative. This one you can't see it as well. But yeah, so I've done it. I just can't remember. Muscle memory is not kicking in. And I'm sorry your heat died. That sucks right now. Uh-oh. Is it stuck? Oh, I've got a knot. No. Not sure how we got a knot there. All right, hold on. Don't panic. Do not panic. So now I have to just loosen it. Oh no. This happens. Knots happen. So just gotta figure out what it's doing. Okay. Did it just knot on itself? There's an itty bitty tiny knot. Dang it. I'm gonna keep working it, but if it doesn't, I'm just gonna pull it through. And felt will probably let it. Let's see what happens. I just don't want to make a big hole in the felt. What in the world? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I actually have thread wax. I don't want to have to cut this, so that's a good idea though, beeswax. I think I just got a tiny little knot that I need to wiggle out. There we go. Oops, well, I got too cocky there. Let's see. Usually if you can get the needle through the knot and then wiggle it back and forth, I can usually get rid of the knot that way. Well, let's see if I don't break this thread. If I do, it's not a big deal. I can always just cut it. In fact, let's do that. Not a big deal. Okay, sorry. A bad pun. All right. No one saw nothing. All right, maybe I use this needle instead of this other one. I think the first needle that I had was too big. And also, let's, sorry for all the noise. Let's go ahead and use the thread magic. And it's fine. We're just going to put a little, by running it over, and it'll be fine. This is just kind of our practice anyway. It's our warm-up. I don't know how long I'll be on tonight. Maybe another hour. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully people got some time to rest and, well, and to maybe do a little crafting. What in the world? Okay, there you go. All done. No one saw nothing. Back to the running stitch. Let's get rid of the little extra threads. So, actually, I need to stop for a moment. Let's have some tea. A little tea break. Okay. All right, let's continue. There we go. Yeah, it definitely won't be able to go all the way back around like I like to, but that's fine. I might have to cut some more floss for that, which not a big deal. Oops. Also, the felt that you get does make a difference. If you're just kind of practicing, it's with the kids, you can probably get away with like the Michaels or the typical hobby store type thing. But if you want something that's going to last a little longer, it does make a difference. If you buy something that's a little bit better quality. This I might feel comfortable putting in the microwave for a little bit. I'm not sure about the other felt that might be a little more polyester or like plasticky. So, okay, so I want enough room so that I can put the lavender, and I make a little funnel. We made a little funnel just out of piece of paper, taped it. So I think, yeah, let's try that. Let's try just some rice and a little bit of lavender. I don't have to stuff it full. You can also do it with like, is it like fiberfill? If you're not going to be putting it in the microwave. I don't know if I'd put that in the microwave or not, but it's up to you. Let's see. Do I... Yeah, this will work. Do I want to mix it now? Yeah. All right, so hold just a moment. See if I have a little container or a little cup that I can use. I have a Ziploc bag. I'm going to mix it in there. That's what I'm going to do. Some little bit of rice. A little bit of lavender. And this is pretty potent, so it doesn't take that much. Okay. Like literally, I could probably put even a little bit less than that. And I'm just gonna mix the rice and lavender. Then tuck that in there. See if this will work. Ah. So you can see it's still in there. If you shuffle it to the other side. Yeah, that didn't take but maybe not even half of that. All right, I still want to come back around though because I don't want it to somehow sneak out of the in-between parts. Move that over. Kind of squish it. All right, so I'm going to come this way and then I'm going to come back and close off those spots. Again, it may not be necessary, but I'm going to try it. Okay, so tuck that little piece of lavender. Now, if you're starting this for the first time, it might not be a bad idea to do like a contrasting color, a brighter color so you can see it. I can see this in person, but it might be kind of hard to see initially as you're practicing your stitches. Okay, coming to the point. We're definitely going to work on getting a different camera so it will zoom in. It'll be easier to see. But for now, that's what we got. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, definitely not going to be able to go back around, but that's okay. I am going to stitch one there. Up to the point here. Let's see if you can see. Here. And come back to this where it meets this stitch. And again, it's not going to probably be exactly straight, but no biggie. I am going to make sure though that it doesn't get tangled. So turn it around, put the needle through the knot. And usually if you do that, it'll pop. It won't break, but it'll pop the knot, and easy enough. So on the back side, see, it's not super straight. That's okay. Okay, so we'll go through here. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, definitely my stitches need some work, but it'll close it up enough so that it won't come through. And that is why the blanket stitch is nice when I can remember it, because you just go through once and it closes it up. For the most part, if I come through from the back side, it's going to be pretty close to the stitch without going over it. For the most part. Some of it's not. Let me see if I go from the back side through the front. Oh, it's pretty close. So I'm going to go in from the front side. I'm going to look, see if I can line it up here, because that's probably going to bug me personally a little bit. Yeah. That works. Oh, thanks, Charlie Brown. Let's see. So what I'm trying to do is come up through where that little stitch starts. And come back down through the back side. The stitches are wobbly. Okay. I'm just going to stitch and I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to go through. Oh, no, I wasn't paying too close attention and that little thread started to get shorter, which means it'll pop out the needle. So I think tomorrow, what I'm probably going to do is maybe around 1, I will pop back on and try to put together a couple of cards. Maybe remember how to do the blanket stitch. And if I can't do that early on, then I'll probably come back on in the afternoon and maybe work on one of these again, but with the blanket stitch. Because I don't like this stitch as much as I like the blanket stitch. But I definitely want to do, haven't done cards in a while, so. Oh, I'll show you. Hold on, let me pull and put this down for a second. I will show you. Where is it? These are images that or die cuts that I put together a while ago. And I had not put them together on a card. This is like the old Mickey Minnie style. And where's the Mickey? Or it's the mouse, they call it. Isn't he cute? He's made out of paper. Just paper and glue. And I put a bunch of them together, and I didn't put them together for like a card. So I could make some cards with all of that. Yeah, I think they're cute for Valentine or, you know, just saying hello type of sentiment. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. Anyway, back to the stitching. So the aim is to do that probably around 1, and then maybe again something in the afternoon. I may not do 3 lives, but I'll definitely try to do 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Again, all I'm doing is side to side, and it will pull the knot out. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to be enough floss to go all the way back around. Ooh, these are some wobbly stitches. So this one right here took me about an hour. Well, maybe a little less than an hour with cutting and everything. Ooh, that one was not. That's something. So these take a while, but especially if you're doing something simple like a blanket stitch. I say simple, I couldn't remember it. But if you're doing something like a blanket stitch, you don't really have to watch it once you get into a rhythm. But you could make a few of these while you're sitting and then stuff them with whatever, and then close them all up at the same time. So let me put that one a little further. Smells good. So I think if I look on one side before I push it through, yep, that's better. Maybe there's a possibility I'll get back all the way around. I didn't think there would be. Oh yeah, I missed a stitch over here. Well, darn. This felt is very forgiving. There you go. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably finish this one and then call it for tonight. I might practice a few of the stitches, watch a little TV before I head off to sleep. I see somebody else jumped on. Who's joined the chat? And they left. I scared them. Look at that. This actually made it all the way around. I could have sworn that it was going to be too short. I need like 2 more stitches and that will close this off. Actually, I'm going to do 1 more stitch in the middle. Then I'm going to bring it through. Let's see if I can get this close enough. Oh no, don't lose the thread. Okay. And you can actually go underneath. You can do a lot of different ways, but you can go underneath or you can go through the actual felt out the back. Just don't want it to unravel. So let me make a small knot. And then go through the back. And if I pull it tight enough, the thread's actually going to get sucked back into the felt. Uh-oh. There we go. Right, so it's hanging out the back, right? So if you pull it, and then snip it, try not to snip the felt though. And then shake it and look, it's closed off. Ta-da! Okay. So yeah, I think it's important that you keep practicing because I kind of lost the straight line that I used to make when I was embroidering. And I actually embroider on cards, so on paper. So yeah, that's sweet. Is it straight? Perfectly straight? No. But it smells good and I can put it in my car or in my purse or something, in my bag. And it's calming. All right. So Michelle and whoever joined just now, I hope that you'll join tomorrow. Like I said, I think probably around 1 o'clock. I'll post it online. And we'll try to make another heart, but maybe with either a blanket stitch or a design on the front before I stitch the front and the back together. I think that's the plan. But for now, that's it. Stay warm, and hopefully it won't be too bad. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.